Okay, folks, Gator back part 2 there. Some of you have guessed more or less, like Grizzly there. He kind of said, but it wasn't really the truss of the win against the trusses. Well, let me start by saying this year the insurance my son-in-law put when I was gone, put up all the trusses except 3. And did some of the bracing, but he hadn't finished because of time, and he was pressed. And with the wind, there was a kind of a mini, not hurricane, tornado, or a very acute breeze, 80, 90 miles an hour winds, and it put a southerly push on the trusses, which is lengthwise to the barn. And the bracing wasn't quite finished, so needless to say, you gotta imagine this. I had a card there, a camera card with pictures in it to show you the barn. They're all torn down. If I do find them in the future, I'll post them, but right now you'll have to settle in the film coming. There'll be a pile of trusses on the ground, and you'll have to trust me on this one. It came down, bent all the steel, and it wasn't on account of the end truss there, Grizzly. It's just a whole wind load on lengthwise on the trusses, and the roof not being finished, like with the sheeting and everything at the ends and on top. There was too much truss on the trusses, and it pushed them sideways, and eventually it pushed the whole friggin' thing down. The walls made out of wood all came down, and the steel beams bent everything, and it wasn't insured because they had lapsed. It was 2 weeks past the insured time for a barn building or a farm building to be built. And they couldn't have bought new insurance. That's the amount of time they had to build it. And 2 weeks past the due date for the insurance. They never notified them. Anyways, they just swallowed the bullet, and they kept on going, and they bought new steel, salvaged what wood they could. A lot of it was gone. And the trusses were a pile. You'll see them in the field there, not too far. Anyways, I've gabbed enough there. I'm gonna show a little bit, and hopefully there'll be 3, maybe 4, depends how it goes there. Okay, this barn was started in it was not 2015, April of 2015, and it was finished last year, which is 2016 in November. It was finished. When I started there, it was about April of 2015. Just to situate things. Okay, I said enough there. We'll keep going with this. Hello, folks. Gator here. We're here. We're on the farm. Farm B in northern Ontario. And I spent the last 2 summers here. This is gonna be a little story. It'll be at least 2. Yeah, there'll be 3 movies probably. 3 movies that I'll be making out of this. I spent 2 summers here. Good summers, because just last autumn there I got it here. It was November when we pulled out. As you can see in here, I pulled out the day after they put the animals in the barn. My son-in-law and my daughter, they have a dairy farm, and they've been wanting, they have the barn for the dairy cows, and they've been wanting a heifer barn for a few years, and I encouraged my son-in-law to build this barn here. So needless to say, I had to contribute a little bit of help, and things didn't all go as planned. The barn was built pretty near about maybe 90% built last year. The trusses were on, and on the 24th of December, something happened. I won't expand on this. In the other part, it'll tell you. But anyways, I'm just gonna show you a little bit here. There's quite a few. I didn't ask them there how many animals there was in here. I'm sure there's quite a few. Hang on, I'll unclip you there and just bring you in a little bit closer there. Ooh, geez, that's tight. Ooh, it's jerky, eh? I hope you don't get dizzy. The small guys are at this end. That's the feed, one of the little feed carts there. There's some special stuff with molasses and stuff in there. And as they get older, they're sectioned off. See, that's the real young ones. Then the little bit older ones in that section right up to there. And then as we go, the age, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think the ones at the other end are probably the heifers that are, I'm gonna say something I'm not too much of a farmer, eh? I think the far ones, see there's one there, they're a bit long-faced this morning, I noticed there. See, even the younger ones, geez, there's a lot there, eh? I bet you they're hungry. I just give them, well, I push, see, when they eat, they push the hay away or whatever they're eating. They push it away, and then every now and then, I think 3 times a day they come back and they just push it back close to them, and they feed them in the morning and they feed them in the evening. And this is, they call that at the back, they call that bed packing. But I'll expand a little bit more on my next movie. This is long enough there. So we'll let you go. Hang on there, I'm gonna swing you my way there. I'll let you go there. And we'll see you later in the next one there. I'll be making a few little movies here just to show the lay of the land, and once I get home, see, these won't go in production until I get home, and then I'll load them up and put them in once I'm there. Down here I kind of limited to what I do. The internet comes in on the satellite there. So okay, so take care everybody, and stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Salute.